What's going on, everybody? Welcome into the Baltimore Ravens Rundown. My name is Joey Petersen. If you missed it yesterday afternoon, the Baltimore Ravens made a roster move, but it wasn't just that simple because I've got a feeling it could mean something a little bit more than just adding somebody to the practice squad. I'll tell you who it is. I'll tell you what I mean by that on today's show. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. And the third thing, subscribe to the channel. We're 99 subs away from hitting 42,000 subs, our biggest milestone yet. Keeps us going on the road to 50K. And you know what? It's free for you to do. 3 great reasons right there to go down, hit that big red sub button, and join us for daily coverage of your Baltimore Ravens. So Aaron Wilson was the one who reported it yesterday, saying the Ravens are signing veteran running back Jonathan Ward to their practice squad following a successful workout, which took place on Monday. Of course, all that per a league source. I want to keep you up to date with everything that's going on with Jonathan Ward. Get to know your newest practice squad member a little bit better. He signed on with the Cardinals as an undrafted free agent out of Central Michigan back in 2020. Arizona then re-signed Ward an exclusive rights free agent for the 2022 season. They were happy with what they saw out of him in the first 2 years in his NFL career. But then since then, he got hurt, then was cut, and has bounced around from Tennessee to Pittsburgh, on and off the practice squad, and has kind of been a nomad since the end of 2022. If you look a little bit deeper at the statistics, you can kind of see how he's traveled all around. 2021 in Arizona, 2022 in both places, and then, of course, in Tennessee, in Pittsburgh. His best year ever was 2021. He got 9 carries, 33 yards, 3.7 yards a carry. He's never been used massively, and I don't think that's going to be the case for the Baltimore Ravens either. However, I don't hate the signing. I'm never going to be mad about a practice squad signing. I think if you're mad about a practice squad signing, you probably need to check some things that's going on with you internally. But I will say I'm a little bit scared of what this might mean. And what I mean by that, I got to take you all the way back to Monday when John Harbaugh was speaking to the media, and he said that Ravens running back Justice Hill is going to be out 3 to 4 weeks with a neck injury. Neck injury is something that we've heard before this season. And so we get the announcement of a neck injury on Monday. The signing happens on a Tuesday. And I'm just a little bit scared that this practice squad signing means that Hill's injury is a lot more serious than we think. Is a lot more serious than John Harbaugh and company are leading it on to be. I mean, let's just bring back up what happened to Nnamdi Madubuike at the beginning of this season. Leaves Cleveland week 2 with an injury, doesn't come back in, seems a little bit hush-hush. Nobody feels like they're telling the truth. And then 2 weeks later, he's ruled out for the rest of the year dealing with a neck. And now we're even debating, is he going to play football again? I don't know how serious Justice Hill's injury is, but to me, a light bulb went off. Neck injury, practice squad signing of that same position. Regardless, if you want Justice Hill healthy as soon as possible, I need you guys to blow up that comment section. Spam those 43s for me as many times as you can right now. And honestly, if Justice Hill is fine and you're going to get him back in the next 3 to 4 weeks, if you're going to get him back by week 16 or week 17, I'm a little bit confused by the running back signing because you already have a very, very crowded running back room. Do we really believe Jonathan Ward is going to be able to get a little bit of run with these guys in the stables? Derrick Henry as your RB1, Keaton Mitchell as your RB2, and Rasheen Ali as your third option? To me, those 3 guys feel like more than enough. Hell, honestly, Derrick Henry, Keaton Mitchell might feel like more than enough for me. Okay? Now, I guess if you're going to take any kind of a positive out of this, and I know we don't really want to take positives out of players getting injured and missing time. The positive would be you're most likely going to see a little bit more Keaton Mitchell than you have this season. We all know that we have been absolutely clamoring and screaming and yelling and any other synonym you can think of for Keaton Mitchell to not only get on the field, but get the ball when he's been on the field. And with Justice Hill out of the lineup and Jonathan Ward probably not really threatening to take any of his carries, you're probably going to see a little bit of an uptick for number 34. The only frustrating part is you played a game without Justice Hill against Cincinnati, and you saw him get 8 carries. You saw Derrick Henry get 24 carries, and you, for some reason, saw Rasheen Ali get 29. I'm not going to call anybody out for his job, but if you're an offensive coordinator and Rasheen Ali out-snaps Keaton Mitchell and Derrick Henry, you might not need to have a job the next day. I need to see big changes in his snap count, being Keaton Mitchell. Big changes. I need to see at least double digits every single game for the rest of the season. Guys, I'm not calling for double-digit carries. I'm calling for double-digit snaps. Like, is that so hard to make sure that happens? Hell, you gave the ball to him on Thursday, and he took it in from like 25. What more do you need to see? Like, I'm sorry, Rasheen Ali. I'm not hating on you. I don't think you suck. I don't think I could do better. But Keaton Mitchell has 10 times more juice than Rasheen Ali. It's not even close. It's electricity when he's got the football in his hands. And so I'm hopeful that less Justice Hill just means more Keaton Mitchell as we round out the season. Who do you want to see more? Mitchell or Ali? Let me know down below in that comment section. Give me a KM for Keaton Mitchell or an RA for Rasheen Ali. We got more to get to on today's show. We're not done. Don't go anywhere, okay? We're actually going to talk about playoff percentages, chances, all that stuff I know you like because you didn't pass math, but you like to talk about math when it comes to football senses. But another thing I like to talk about is a great sponsor of today's show called Prize Picks. It's the holiday season, all right, ladies and gentlemen? That means it's the best time of the year for sports. You got bowl games, basketball matchups, playoff pushes. It's all happening at once. And while you and I are out here making decisions every day, what gifts to buy, what to eat, which game to watch, there's one place where it feels good to be right, and that is Prize Picks. My wife, coming into the season, could not even name 4 pro teams. Then we started playing on Prize Picks. Now every Saturday night, we're breaking down who she's picking for her lineup. It's the most exciting way to watch football. Another fun thing about Prize Picks is they have early payouts, which means if your lineup gets off to a hot start, you may now have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes. A lineup I think is going to get off to a very hot start on Sunday against the Pittsburgh Steelers is this one right here. Feel free to fade. Feel free to tail. Regardless, more than Derrick Henry, 86.5 rushing yards, more than Aaron Rodgers, 19.5 pass completions. Zay Flowers is going to be a big day for number 4. Give them more on 64.5 receiving yards. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Link to this promo is in the comments and description of today's video. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. I don't know what would have surprised me more if in August you told me the Ravens were going to be 6-6, or if you told me they were going to be 6-6 and still be in the lead of the division, or if you told me after they started 1-6 they were going to lead the division after the first 13 weeks of the season. I'm not going to complain. We've been in far worse places this year as Ravens fans than at the top of the AFC North. You're right now. Chances to win this division sit at 66%. That's 2/3. I'll take that any day of the week. The Steelers, they got a 29% chance. Bengals, they've got a 6% chance. The Browns, we're not even throwing them up there. Are they mathematically eliminated yet, Gage? Not yet. They will be very, very soon, okay? I could probably see that. Gage, if we could update this to that number we have on there as well. So basically, the New York Times predictor machine is telling you that 2 out of every 3 times the Ravens are going to win this ballgame. But I'll tell you this right now. This game on Sunday, it means a ton. Because right now, like we told you, 66%. However, with a win, that moves up from 66% to 76%. Great 10% reward. But with a loss, that's a 36% deficit. That falls down to 30%. So if you did not already believe this game was massive, and if you didn't, then what are you even doing here? Do you even call yourself a Ravens fan? Well, now you do. Looking at the AFC playoff picture, in the lead in the entire conference is the 11-2 New England Patriots. You got the Broncos in second, Jaguars in third, and then the Ravens with that 4 seed. Right now, if the playoffs started today, you'd play the Chargers in the first round. Give up on the wild card. You're not going to make it via the wild card. You got to win the division to get in dance. You got some big matchups coming up this weekend in the AFC, things I need you to be keeping an eye on. Bills against the Bengals, Jets against the Dolphins, Chiefs against the Texans, Chargers against the Eagles. All the teams to the left will be the home teams, and this is what we need to happen. You need the Bills to beat the Bengals. That would pretty much make the Bengals have a 2% chance to get into the playoffs, which is what we need. We don't need a 3-team race. They just beat you on Thanksgiving. You want them to lose that game. You want the Dolphins to beat the Jets, not because that really matters as much, but the Dolphins play the Steelers in Week 15, and I think you want the Dolphins to continue to be playing their best football. You want the Texans to beat the Chiefs. Let's just get the Chiefs out of playoff contention. And then you want the Eagles to beat the Chargers. Just give a wild card team one more loss. Will the Ravens make the playoffs? Give me a yes or a no down below in that comment section. Be honest with me. Don't lie. Don't sugarcoat it, okay? I'm counting on you. I'm also counting on you to make sure you got me followed on social media. Twitter, Instagram, same handle, both platforms. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We'll have a live show coming later today, another video later tonight, and of course, we're going to have it covered through the rest of the week right here on the Ravens Rundown.